Y'all know nothing about this. You need to pay attention. Sit back and relax. It's time for Goodall's Country Kitchen.
All right, we're in downtown Indianapolis. Just left Mackenzie's cheer competition. What is it? Jam Fest National Championships or something? Anyway, we're here at Fat Dan's. I got a carry out from here last year when we were at Jam Fest. And they're known for like Chicago type specialty items. Italian beef sandwiches, things like that. They call themselves Chicago Deli. So I really didn't get to expand on much last year. I think I got an Italian beef and everybody else got cheeseburgers. But anyway, you gotta love a place called Fat Dan's. That's right up my alley anyway. Just the name alone would bring me here, much less the good food. But they are known for great Italian beef sandwiches, and that's what brought me back here today. And Kenzie, she's got another competition tomorrow, and it's going to decide whether they're the national champions. All right, we'll see you in a second. All right, before it gets crowded in here, just want to kind of show you around. It's a real kind of quirky place. We've got a lot of craft beers and full bar menu, full service bar. You can see when it's warm, they got the outdoor seating out here. And when I was here last year, came in here to get that carry out, it was absolutely packed. So it looks like I timed it just perfect. Looking around in here, there's all kinds of like Chicago memorabilia, and see Belushi's pictures down there somewhere. Wrigley Field, all kinds of stuff here. Pretty cool. Gives you that good Chicago feel. All right, so I'm gonna start with my Italian beef sandwich, which has the giardiniera relish, and I got mine wet. It's just full of au jus sauce. Look at that Italian beef. Mmm. Mmm. That's excellent. If you ever get an Italian beef sandwich, you got to get it wet. Not dry, not dipped, but wet. If you don't get it wet, you're an Italian beef sandwich amateur. All right. Kenzie, what do you think of your burger there? It looks good and juicy.
It's really juicy.
And you noticed that Mackenzie's graduated up to the red onion on her burger, just like her daddy. All right, now on these fries, look here. They give you just a whole table full of fries, and they claim on the menu that they have the best fries in the world. So let me give these a try. They're pretty daggone good. You can definitely taste the freshness of fresh cut potatoes. And they even put some of these like home fried potatoes on there too. I'm gonna try these. Mmm. Excellent. Now, of course, when people say the best, that's kind of subjective, but they are good. I'm not going to argue and say they're not the best, but very good. All right, I'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to try Melissa's burger. All right, so I'm going to try Melissa's burger out. I'm going to get that best bite with that meat hanging out.
I know you take that best bite.
Got loaded with the shredded lettuce, tomato, pickle, and red onion. Here we go. Mmm. Good and juicy. And you notice I didn't even do my double snapping turtle technique bite. Melissa probably would have slapped me across the table if I did a double bite on her burger. All right, be back in just a minute, and I got one more item to go. All right, so when I was eating that Italian beef sandwich, it kind of jogged my memory, and now I remember how I ended up coming here last year. Some of y'all might remember that Portillo's video I did where I had a Italian beef sandwich and I got it dipped instead of wet. Well, there were people on there giving me all kinds of grief, calling me an amateur because I got it dipped. That's how I know to get it wet now. Also, there were a lot of Chicago people that were giving me a hard way to go because Portillo's is a chain. And, you know, Fat Dan's is family owned and run. But anyway, true Chicago people were saying if you want a real Chicago Italian beef sandwich, a real Chicago dog in Indy, you gotta go to Fat Dan's. So that's what ended up bringing me here last year. So anyway, with that said, I got one more item to go here, which is the Chicago dog. It's got the real green relish on it, onions, comes with a side pickle. It's got tomato and yellow mustard. All right, here we are, and a poppy seed bun. Can't forget that. That makes it's not authentic if you don't have a poppy seed bun. There ain't nothing like a Melissa's giving me a signal over there. Got the mustard on my face. All right. That's as good as any Chicago dog I've ever had. Not saying it's the best. I don't want to get crucified on the comment section, but it's right up there, if not the best. Ooh. And don't get me wrong, Portillo's is great, but nothing like this. That Italian beef sandwich, fully wet, that was awesome. And if you don't like getting messy, you sure don't want to order one of those, because you're going to have all jus sauce running all down your hands, which I love it. Messier, the better. All right. I'm going to finish up what I got here. I'm going to give you some final thoughts outside and be back in just a second. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. It wouldn't be a true hot dog if it didn't have the sport peppers on it, which I forgot to tell that. Be right back. Everything was great. And by the way, there's like 3 or 4 locations of Fat Dan's around the Indy area, which they're all owned by the same family, not a chain, family owned, so make sure you support local. Another thing that I didn't show in there that they're known for is their tots. Their tater tots. They have one that's an appetizer that's got barbecue smothered over the top of it. It's really good. I had that last year. But as I said, everything's great. And also, this location on Michigan Avenue is in an area called Mass Ave, which is kind of like the New Lou in Louisville. It's got all kinds of bars and restaurants and everything. So everybody in Louisville, if you come here to stay at Indy for a weekend, get out here and check out the Mass Avenue area and check out all the different clubs and restaurants and everything. Anyway, Indy's got a lot to offer, and this is one of the hidden gems of Indianapolis. And y'all don't know nothing about this Fat Dan's Chicago Deli.
Now you know the facts of why I'm on a mission. You're always welcome back to Goodall's Country Kitchen.